This week's episode is brought to you by NYXI and their Hyperion Pro Joy-Cons for Nintendo Switch. The Hyperion Pro is the best Joy-Con replacement we've tested to date. They look fantastic, they feel better than stock Joy-Cons, and the Hall effect sticks ensure longevity of them will outlast Nintendo's offering, as well as other third-party brands that still suffer with the dreaded drift issues. The super comfortable and ergonomic grip allow for easy long-time gaming. The programmable RGB lights mean you can customize the controller to your particular taste, and the gamer's reflex macro buttons are available to give you an edge. Plus, the GameCube-inspired purple option and the green Legend of Zelda-inspired variant really make the controller stand out. All this, and using promo code PvP, you can get 10% off. Head over to nixigame.com or use the link in the description. Hello, welcome to Podcast vs. Player, episode 298. I'm one of your hosts, Callan, as always. I'm joined by a man who found his first grey pube today. Just wished it wasn't in his coffee from McDonald's. Who says every Christmas Americans watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Outside of the US, it's called How the Grentimeter Stole Christmas. I'm so fucking stupid.
I love that. That's really good.
Tony Bloody Dan.
Hello.
I always point like that as if you're directly opposite me, but on the camera it needs to be there.
I wish there was a floating head that was directly behind you, but not today.
That would be quite funny. Just like the Punisher video we did.
Yeah. Speaking of Callum, we've not seen each other all year.
It has. I think this is the first year, like entire year, in a long time where we haven't seen each other at least once.
I think so, and I blame you.
I mean, I blame you because I gave you the option to see me and you declined.
I'm pretty sure whenever you said that you were up here, I was busy anyway. Oh no, when you came up to Manchester because Logan was seeing Boston or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was this year.
It was this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that doesn't count though.
It was a fleeting visit.
Yeah, it was too short. We got stuck in traffic for like 6 fucking days, and
yeah.
But no, there was another time when I said, we can come up, but you wasn't free, so we were like, that's no fucking point then. Because the only reason we were going to come to Manchester was to see you, but
yeah,
we didn't. But but we'll sort something. Especially
that means we just need to redouble our efforts. Next
we do.
Year.
At least twice next year. But I've got this new sofa as well when it gets here, so I'll definitely have it before you come down. But
right.
But we'll come to you first, mainly.
Well, yes,
for Beckett.
I mean, she's sat behind me over there. You definitely won't be able to see because the camera blurs it out. But she's just sat I bought like a heating pad thing because I was getting a bit concerned that she was getting a bit cold. During the sort of now that the temperature's dropping quite badly some days. So it's not heated like a electric one because I didn't just want something that's just on. Like, because I bought a hot water bottle for her, like a little hot water bottle that's shaped like a cat. Well, it's like a cat cover, and she bit through it because it's rubber and chewy, presumably, and it's like it's good for teething, I guess. So I didn't really want to bite through a wire and just electrocute herself. I didn't want to come back to a char-grilled cat. But so this one's it's just got like some reflective material in it, so it like reflects the heat or circulates the heat or some nonsense.
Yeah.
But she really digs that, so she's just over there at the moment, just having a little bath.
Good. We can just about see her.
Well, she's a big fatty at the moment, so
she's lovely. Speaking of lovely furry things, though, Dan, we haven't spoke to each other properly for a bit. We got a trailer for Sonic 3.
There's been 2, I think.
This is on from last week, from when we would have done the podcast.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But we got our first proper look at Shadow, voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Indeed.
I'll be honest, Dan, looks fucking ace.
It does. Although I love Keanu Reeves. I love everything about him. I love everything he stands for. I love his little face. I love the whole thing. Terrible voice actor.
He is. However,
it just sounds, Callum, like Keanu Reeves.
But I think that's perfect. And I'm one of the first to say when the casting was announced that it was going to be voiced by Keanu Reeves, it's like, you're just getting Keanu Reeves because he's the in thing at the moment. Like cyberpunk and
he's been the in thing for about 30 years, but sure.
No, but like it's anything Keanu's part of is fucking, it's breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking. But seeing him in this, well, in the trailer, like, yeah, it works because that's basically what he's like in the games and in the animated shows. It's just that you got Sonic's high octane energy and Robotnik being a fucking maniac and everything else, and then Shadow is just the Batman of that universe, and it works for Keanu's.
Didn't he have a gun?
Limited, yeah.
I didn't see him with a gun in this.
Yeah, he's got a gun. He goes like that on the floor and then grabs it.
Does he? Maybe I need to watch it again. Like you say, it's been a week or so since I've watched it last. But yes, I kind of agree. If this is the only thing that has to keep Jim Carrey in acting, like he's just going to save up all of his energy, his manic energy, because he can't release it anymore because he's getting on. He's 60 now.
You wouldn't think it.
No, I think instead of him going like, I'll do 10 of these like comedy, high octane, rubber face comedies every year, like he was doing in the 90s. Now he's like, I'll stick to the Sonic franchise. They'll do one every 3 years. I can save it all up. I can release, and then I can recharge. Like he goes back into hibernation for a couple of years. But yeah, I'm genuinely quite looking forward to it. I love 2. 2 was great, and this looks like it could be in the same kind of ballpark as it.
Yeah, I didn't like 1 very much. The more I've watched 1, the more I've grown to like it. But 2, I like just
finding their
from
feet
the get-go.
With 1. Like they had to sort of like change a bunch of stuff with it, and they've and then they just stopped working on the human characters, and we're just sort of like, well, let's get Sonic, let's get Tails, let's get Robotnik, let's just get all the parts that work. Robotnik and his silly assistant, robots, and is it John Mulaney? It's John Mulaney, isn't it? No, Ben Schwartz, isn't it?
Ben Schwartz is Sonic, yeah.
Yeah. Like again, he's kind of just coming to his own as that character. Like he just feels right now.
Have you seen that clip that he put up? I saw it on Instagram, but I don't know what it was originally on. But where he's at this, like at the studio place, and people are trying to escort him off, and he's like, "That's me, I'm Sonic. That's me." But I mean, I don't like that we've already seen. I know they're going to be in it, but like the Donut Lord side of the story, I really hope that we see less and less of them as these films go on, until the only human that's left is the Robotnik side of stuff, and he's, his assistant's all right, he's fine, but I don't. But
I agree. They need to just move it out of the real world and move it back into the Sonic world.
Yeah,
But then do some Sega crossover stuff. Just get some other
Streets of Rage and
Double Dragon, all that kind of stuff. Get them in there to some degree. That'd be quite good.
I wouldn't be against it.
Well, I mean, if they're starting to like sort of branch out, like so they did it with the new Transformers, where it's going like with G.I. Joe, sort of like a crossover with it. I think that if they went, let's get some classic Sega characters and start to put them in and see how people feel about that, then we can go, we'll do a Echo the Dolphin spin-off movie or whatever.
I mean, they did name drop Detective Pikachu, which is obviously Nintendo, not Sega, but
yeah.
So I don't think it's out of the realms of just using their own properties. But are they as recognizable to people outside of Sonic?
What?
Like you Echo the Dolphins and the Virtual Fighter and stuff.
To us people of a certain generation.
That's what I mean.
It'd be the same amount of people that would go and watch Wreck-It Ralph Does the Internet or whatever it was. And just going, oh my god, it's blah blah blah. Oh my god, it's blah blah blah. Kids don't know. They don't care. And it wouldn't be until they grow up and kind of get into that stuff that they'd go back and watch it and go, oh, no way, I didn't know that fella was there.
Yeah. But that seems to be like the key demographic for this franchise are the people that have never played a Mega Drive / Genesis, or
most
don't know what Game Gear is.
No, this movie wouldn't have been targeted at people who would actually have played a Mega Drive back in the day.
No. Which is weird because, have you watched Knuckles yet? The TV show. That's geared for people our age.
Okay.
With sprinkles of Sonic the Hedgehog in it. So maybe the next one will be that it is that perfect middle ground of there's zany, crazy, funny like hijinks for kids, but it's got all of the references and jokes and stuff for adults. I don't know, mate. I don't know. But looks great. However, Dan, I've got some numbers here for you. The first Sonic movie from 2020 made $319.7 million worldwide in the box office.
That's genuinely surprising.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be.
That. No.
The sequel, obviously Sonic 2, made $405.4 million worldwide.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 made nearly $500 million. I mean, well done, but still, how?
That could even be more, because I assume this is going to be like your box office and everything else, not taken into like Blu-ray and anything else.
I don't know. It depends.
I don't know. Didn't say. But this Sonic 3 goes into the December 20th opening against Mufasa.
Oh, a film that absolutely no one gives a shit about.
So this should hopefully make $1 billion.
For Christmas, Sonic, kids, yeah, that seems.
I'm going Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah,
already booked it. Yeah, go Christmas Eve with Logan, not just on me.
On your own. Oh yeah. It's just you and the other lonely dads, just like, yep. All right, mate.
I love John Wick. I saw a funny video the other day of somebody like trying to get like kicking off at the cinema, and he's like, I just want to get tickets to see Wicked. I'm like, do you mean Wicked? No, Wicked, like the new John Wick franchise movie. It's like Wicked. I'm sure it is, but I haven't seen it. But it's yeah, it's due out on the 20th of December, and I think it looks really good. If it's going off Sonic 2 and Knuckles, the Paramount show, it can't be worse. So as long as it's as good as both of those, I'll be more than happy. But I think it looks really, really good. Lots of cheeky little teasy Easter eggs in there from some of the games. It doesn't, however, make me want to go back and play Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, it shouldn't make anybody want to go back and play Shadow the Hedgehog.
I bought that.
Oh, Callum.
It was one of them, I think it was from Game Station, and I was like, even though you've read it in the magazines and stuff, and you're like, it can't be that bad. It was. However, though, speaking of games, Dan, earlier on, the PC requirements for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle were released. And you'll be surprised to know, Dan, they're pretty high. So...
Well, I mean, presumably, I can go onto the Xbox app and I can tell you right now.
If it matches this news.
Yeah, because it goes on to Game Pass Day 1 next Monday, so the 9th, I believe it was.
Yep. Which has that changed? Because I thought it was the 6th.
No, I think it's. I don't remember it being pushed back in by a few days. I don't think I've seen it.
I could have just misremembered.
Yeah, if it's been 6 months that it's been delayed, that's the sort of thing that usually makes headlines rather than just a couple of days. But this is not loading for me, so you may as well read it.
Well, I haven't bothered copy and pasting the minimum stuff because we don't give a fuck about the minimum settings. We want recommended, and then we want the best. So recommended requires a NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 Ti, the 12GB version, or an AMD Radeon RX 7700 XT, 12GB graphics card, plus an Intel Core i7, 12700K at 3.6 GHz, or an AMD Ryzen 7 7700 at 3.8, and 32 gigabytes of RAM. That's for recommended. If you want Ultra with upscale 4K resolution, ray tracing, and targeted 60 frames per second, you'll need a 4090 24GB card alongside an i7 13900K or an AMD Ryzen 7 7900X at 4.7 GHz and the 32 gigabytes of RAM. Now, as with all of these, I mostly find them nonsense because it'll release and it'll go, you need a 38 Ti fucking minimum, or you ain't running it. And then you load it up with a 1060 and you go, you can play it on medium, it's fine.
Yeah, it'll work. It's very unlikely that this is going to be so completely beyond. It's bloody Bethesda at the end of the day, for goodness sake.
Exactly. And I think that's why it's
when
so
do they
high,
make the most groundbreaking graphics of all time?
You
Funnily
need
enough, Callum.
hey?
I don't know who the fuck Adam is. But the specs are not listed on Game Pass that I can see.
I think it's normally like when you're like hovering on that install bit, and it'll go like your PC will run this great or whatever it says.
No, but that's usually only after it's come out and it's been.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, you can pre-install now, but yeah, it's going to be a few days. So yes, Callum, I will be getting that. That will be day one. I'm quite looking forward to it. And no, I do not believe that it will work properly. And no, I do not believe that you will need the highest rated and most expensive graphics card to play it properly. That's outrageous.
I'm also going to be very skeptical if people who haven't got a 4090 Ti are going, oh, fucking hell, I'm missing out by not having ray tracing on for this Bethesda title. If anything, it's just going to highlight how murky it might look in parts. But
potentially, yeah.
I did see a funny clip from Kind of Funny yesterday, though. They were opening the special edition Xbox version of the game, and it comes with this globe, and Greg Miller he's got it out of the box and stuff, and then he opens it, and there's a massive fucking snap on this fucking thing. And they're like, I don't think you meant to open it that way. And he's reading the instructions, and you've got to use this magnet thing that comes with it to unlock it from the inside. It's like a puzzle thing. And he's like, shit.
How much did that set him back as well?
I mean, I assume they were sent it by Bethesda, but it's going to be like looking at most other special editions where sometimes it comes with a steel book and a poster, and it's like 290 quid. So at least 300, I'd say this was.
And it broke it immediately.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm very much looking forward to it. I think I'm going to do it on Series X though, rather than PC. It just seems like the kind of game I just want to sit on the sofa and play it, but we'll see.
Sure.
You've been playing a lot of Stalker though, Dan. That was added to Game Pass 2 weeks ago.
Not even that long, I don't think.
I honestly can't remember.
It's been at least a week or so. But yes, I think I've got about 16-ish hours in there at the moment. There's not a huge amount of time that I've been able to put into it, to be honest. But I'm kind of enjoying it. It's kind of got that Tarkov, kind of looter feel. Like, you're sort of scavenging goods and food and all that kind of stuff. Like on the fly, you haven't got like unlimited ammo and a million guns to run around with. You need to be quite picky about what you do. There's like all these kind of like crazy anomaly things that are happening just all over the place that can just spawn weird shit at you. It seems very big. I've got a feeling I haven't even scratched the surface in terms of exploring and going further and further out, because as of yet, and again, this could be one of these instances where it's just I haven't got to that point yet. I just don't think there's any fast travel in it. Because I have yet to see anything within the map that's just like, zip between this base and this base or this town and whatever. It's just like, yeah, off you pop, good luck. And you just got to walk in one direction for 2.5 hours until you get to the other end of the map.
I'm only I'm literally at the beginning where you've come out of the bunker thing and you got to find the anomaly thing. After you spoke to people on the radio, and you got to do this, whatever. I've literally done the first anomaly bit. It's in like the green, swampy, goopy, radioactive water shit. Killed like 2 of them dog, worm, whatever foot they are, and that's literally as far as I've got.
Yeah, I've assaulted a few sort of like strongholds. You are finding better weapons as you go. They're like you can sort of like you're doing like cargo runs and deliveries and things like that for people, and people are like, well, you want this, well, go and kill this guy, and you got to go and kill half of his men at the same time.
Yeah.
It's not particularly forgiving. I'm not playing it on hard difficulty because I never played Stalker 1, so I don't really know what to expect. And I'm too old and have got too little time, unfortunately, at the moment to
to get back.
Keep getting killed by the same goddamn thing. And it's a good job I did as well, Callum, because the first time I was playing it, there was an invisible thing that kept killing me. And
a stalker?
No, it was just an No, you're the stalker, you moron.
I mean, I forgot what they're called. Yeah, but they're like the ghouly looking ones, and those go, and then they come out at you.
Yes, but not one of the like invisible. It's like cloaked. It was a thing that just didn't exist, and it just kept getting slammed into walls for no reason. And I just didn't understand what the hell was going on. So I played it for about an hour and a half or so. I was mooching around. I'd gone, presumably I was going to bed or whatever. Came back to it the next day, and my save file had gone. And that I'm apparently not the only person who's been affected by that. Like, your entire save has just vanished into thin air. So I left it for a few days until the inevitable. Yeah, we're releasing a big patch to sort of like update a whole bunch of things that have been fucking over people's computers and stuff like that. Like, people are having real performance issues, FPS drops when you get to town. I am having FPS drops when I get into towns. Not unplayable, but definitely noticeable. And it's just there's a lot of people sort of mooching around at the same time, and it just seems to have a bit of a drag on it. There's been another update for about 25 gig today, so potentially that's addressed some of those other issues. So other than kind of like going to vendors and stuff like that and just like selling a bunch of guns and like repairing a bunch of stuff and upgrading a few bits and pieces, I stay away from the towns. I'm like, fucking hell, I'll just mooch around. Like, I'll just... There's like side missions that you can just find from people just in the wilderness. So I'll do all of those things until they fix whatever it is that's going on.
Yeah.
So I am enjoying it, and I don't really want to have the immersion ruined by every time you get into a town and there's just a head floating.
Two big updates though, haven't they?
Until you get towards them and then their body pops in.
That's scary, to be fair.
Yeah, it would be if they were just like in a dark room on their own. But there's like a lot of like environmental stuff that's going on, and there are things that are just wandering around in the forest that will jump out and kill you. So it's pretty hard. I've been killed about 10 times, I think. Like, most of those is because of my own stupidity and kind of adapting to how the game works. Like, not having like a dodge or a dash or anything like that when you've got things that will just charge at you. It is a bit frustrating because it's just like, well, I can't physically shoot and keep moving at the same time. Like, I need to get out of the way of when they're running. But one thing I have been playing an absolute bunch of is Aliens Dark Descent.
I've seen that Game Pass.
This absolutely is not up your street, Callum, but good lord, it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
It's like XCOM but without turn-based combat. So, like having your Marines, because initially I remember this came out last year, and I was under the impression that it was like a twin-stick shooter. And I was like, again, one of those things, if the price is right, if it shows up on something like Game Pass, because Isolation's obviously on there, so presumably there'd be some sort of, other Alien property crossover, maybe. Maybe I'll pick it up then, and it's just a bit of fun. It's absolutely not that. It's not at all that. It's a very sort of, it is very XCOM. Like, you've got a little squad of Marines, you kit them out with things, they upgrade and level up in the same way that XCOM does, but everything's in real time. So you've got like command powers and things like that you can do, where they could they've got enhanced abilities, but you need to kill aliens to get like DNA to research stuff to unlock better guns. And the more kit you can give them, obviously, the better they can survive. And these maps are beautiful. And the feeling, even though you're not sort of like first person stuck in the corridor, like everything feels tense. And like there's different types of aliens to fight, and there's like people to fight and stuff like that as well. And your Marines can get killed, and you have to replace them, and they have like psychological damage that you've got to like try and put them through therapy to get past. Otherwise, the longer that you keep on going, the more aliens that you're going to come up against. It is quite unrelenting to some degree, but I fucking love it. It's genuinely really, really, really good.
It's very well reviewed. So looking on Metacritic on PC,
me.
It's Metacritic score is 75, but the user score is 8 out of 10.
Yeah. I remember a friend of mine said that he had tried it before when he tried it on console. This is absolutely not a console game. You couldn't. It's like, it's point and click. It's like it's interacting with things. Again, think XCOM. You don't want to play something like that with a controller. It's not intuitive enough.
Funnily, you should say that, Dan. The not taking user scores into account. PlayStation 5 74, PC 75, Xbox 80. So it's better on Xbox apparently. Unlikely,
it's the same,
but
it's the same game. Like, the game itself should be consistent. It's only the hardware you're playing it on. That's the only thing that should differ, really, isn't it?
I mean, I would also assume that if you dug into those reviews, the Xbox One has only got 7 reviews. The PC one's got 24 reviews. The
Yeah,
PlayStation one's got
maybe.
4. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah. So it didn't grab me. But when I went on and had a look, and I was like, I think Genshin Impact had been added. Some other game I wasn't interested in. Aliens, Stalker, etc. So I installed Stalker, and then I was going to have to install everything for Indiana Jones anyway. So,
Well, it's 115 gig, I believe, for indie.
oh,
So
Spyro, that was the other thing that was added.
I know. I did actually buy the Spyro trilogy about 8 months ago, I think. So I've already got that on Steam.
I bought it the fucking years ago on PlayStation when it came out before.
Yeah.
And it was just one of them that, because I got it on PS4 and the PS4's upstairs and I haven't got it for PS5, I was like, I'll play it while it's on Game Pass. Never played, installed it and not touched it. And then that'll be the first thing that gets uninstalled for indie.
Well, the Crash Bandicoot trilogy's on there as well, like the Insane trilogy. Because that I did install. I've been playing through that. Very good remaster. Really fun.
It's really good. Which, again, I bought it when it came out. And then we had it. I got rid of it because it was on the PlayStation collection thing on PS5. And then Zoe's installed it on the Xbox. She's been playing that. But I love Crash Bandicoot, though. So
I'll tell you what, though, what's interesting is that we've had, in the last couple of years or so, we've had a couple of Terminator games. There's been Terminator Resistance. There's been Terminator Dark...
the first-person one?
Yes. Dark Fate or something. That's the other sort of RTS-y kind of one that I really like.
The strategy one.
Yeah. There's been Alien Dark Descent. There's been Alien Elite Fireteam, and something else. Actually, no. Elite Fireteam was the first-person one, wasn't it?
No, that was which was the Left 4 Dead one?
Yeah, that's the one I mean. I think that was Elite Team or Elite Fireteam.
But I think it was it first person or third person?
No, it's. Oh, now that you say it. I thought it was first, but now that you say it, it might have been third because it was.
I can see it, but
it was on Game Pass for a while because I played quite a bit of it. Fireteam Elite. No, Callum, you're right. Yeah, it was third person. Sorry, yeah,
it was right.
Yeah, but we've had there's been that. There's Dark Descent. There's been RoboCop Rogue City. There's been an update for that. There's going to be a sequel for that as well. No Predator games. Where's Predator?
I mean, we did have a Predator game. The jungle one.
Yeah, but that was more. That's not like a game for Predator though. It's just it's another hide and seek Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. You're right. Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, it is. One hunter for whatever's. It's that with a skin on it. That's all I'm counting that as. It's not really much else than that.
What I loved about... I didn't love that. That sounds bad. Do you know the YouTube boss, the streamer, Dr. Disrespect?
I'm aware of him. Yeah.
He got dud for things with minors and stuff, but he had DLC for that Predator game, and somebody put a thing up on Instagram. It was the most really poorly aged DLC, and it comes up and it's play as the Predator, but it's Dr. Disrespect. It was but none of it. It's all real. Right. And I think they have done an update that removes the content from the game. Yeah. But it's just it was they foreshadowed. It's just Predator. But anyway, but yeah, no, we haven't really had any. You had that proven. What was the third person one? On GameCube.
Oh, that
original
was
Xbox.
Concrete
Jungle, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think there's ever been a good Predator game.
No, but that's the kind of thing that that's playing as a Predator and just sort of wandering around and doing stalking or whatever. Make it sort of like a, like crossing alien worlds, hunting bigger and better things, and then you finally get to Earth.
Yeah,
and it turns out they're all dead easy because they're all stupid.
What if they made one that was like Prey? So you don't play as a Predator.
I don't know, because it feels like that's the easy, not the easy way of doing it, but it feels like that would be the go-to. You know, you got to try and fight off the predators. You know, but with Alien and Aliens and any of the Alien stuff in universe, it makes sense that there's 100 of them. So it makes sense that you're killing them all off one after another.
Well,
with
what
a
if
predator,
they did it like
though,
isolation though.
I know, but again, I don't want to just be you got to keep on covering yourself in mud and get through a jungle. There's an element of like the paranoia side of things which would be quite good. You know, is like it just some sort of leaf moving? Is it just the wind? Is it a predator? Is it whatever? You know, you've got to get from where he attacks you to the extraction, and that's a 10-hour trek through the jungle.
Mm.
And you've only got the bullets that you've got on you. So you've got like 60 rounds, 30 is enough to kill it, but you can't afford to waste one, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would be quite interesting, I guess.
I think it could be.
But I would I'd much rather be a predator, like with all the gadgets and the spaceship and that kind of stuff. Like just
because they wouldn't do that, would they? They'd Superman it. So you'd have a video at the beginning where you're the fucking best predator. Like you could hunt anything, you can kill anything. Oh no, you've lost everything.
No, I think they do it the other way around. You'd be a young hunter, so it's like, well, you've got to go and do your proving. Like you say, you've got to go.
I suppose, yeah.
You've got to kill a few aliens, you know. So that's how you sort of like you get your badge of honor sort of thing, and then you by completing better hunts, that's when you unlock better weapons, and you get like your cool net gun and your plasma. Plasma thrower or whatever it is.
Yeah,
like his shoulder mounted.
Yeah.
Pew. So like that, I'd much prefer to do that. But I'd much rather that way rather than you're just being hunted by a predator.
Yeah. Big. I mean, it's not unheard of, but I think it's going to take a bit of get that momentum going again for people to get hungry for predator content, because we've had Prey, but that was 3 years ago.
Disney Plus that came out on 21, 22, I want to say.
So like maybe three tops, maybe then.
But Prey 2's out at some point, either next year or the year after, I think.
It's took the place of Ghost Rider in the
good
lineup of movies to come.
Yeah, give me another one of them, absolutely.
So hopefully it'll be as good as I believe it is made by the same director and everything. So should theoretically be quite good. But I was going to say something else about gaming and I can't remember what it was. But I've got a PSA, Dan. Just in case people care. So a few years ago, I bought a Wolverine V2 Chroma controller with obviously removable thumbsticks that you can replace and swap out and stuff. Yes. Last couple of months, they've been wearing away a bit, and I've gone through all four of them, and they've all done the same thing. I was like, don't even worry about it. I'll buy another pack. They don't exist. You can't buy them. Razer do not make them. They never have made them, and there's no third-party alternatives. So, mental. I just want to say, Razer, answer my messages with a fucking email.
And I'm bringing it up to you that you've got bits to replace them that you've broken. Was it worn out? Sorry.
But the V3 is now available for the cool price of £200, Dan. I went on the Razer website because I wanted to just double check myself before I made any.
Maybe have some bits.
Exactly. No, same sitch. So you spend £200 on that one or £150 on this one. And once they've gone, they've fucking gone. That's it. Zuma. So, what I have done, I've gone through a bunch of different ones, and these are the ones that work, but if anybody else has this problem, Skull & Co., these are for PS5 controllers, and they're a bit fucking snug, but they work. And I went for green as well, because it matches the Razer thing. So,
right, okay.
But it works.
Print your own, maybe?
I mean, you technically could. The problem is, and I didn't think about this till afterwards, so, I mean, you won't be able to see it on here. I might take some photos and just edit them in. But where the plastics come off, where you've basically got the ring at the top of the cap, this one is still basically intact. So that fits on okay once it's on. This one, it's got both sides are missing. Oh. So you've got to put it on a certain way. Otherwise, it's really uncomfortable on your thumb. But it fits on okay, and the other ones are not too bad. But if you're missing all of it, Nothing will fit on it.
Wow.
So if you snap this bit off, which is what I'd done, turn it round so you've got the full bit. Oh, now that's done the same thing again. It's gone. That's it. You fucked it. You just bit it. Yes. But this was this was like £200, but I think I only paid like 180. I think. Don't let me take it off if you can't fucking replace it.
Yeah.
Just let it break as one fucking unit.
Since when did we start dealing in like single-use technology?
Fuck knows. But if an Xbox Elite controller
drop that,
breaks,
your kid steps on it by mistake. Tough tits.
Yeah,
that's it. It's broken now. You'll have to buy a new one.
And that shouldn't be the case unless it's like, even if it was like 60 quid, I'd be annoyed, but I'd be less annoyed because it's 60 quid as opposed to like fucking in the hundreds. But like you say, I've dropped this quite a few times. Luckily, it's been okay. But something breaks, that's fucked then.
Yeah.
It's gone.
If you can't just get replacement parts for it.
No. So, basically, don't buy one, ever. Don't get one. Don't buy anything,
Unless you
Razer.
take incredible care of it.
And if you are watching Razer, I know you're big fans of the podcast, just make some... But I'm going to get it again, because I'm really annoyed. The most annoying thing is, they had to make these to start with. Yeah. So... The process is already there.
If they were to respond, maybe they would say, like, you know what, we've just got, like, a whole bunch of just spare parts. We can't really sell them because we can't sell them, but give us your address and we'll send you a replacement.
There's, like, entire Reddit threads to it where people they've put, like, their, like, chat logs with Razer and stuff where they basically effectively, like, after, like, 38 different fucking interactions, it effectively goes, what are we going to do? Buy another one.
You'd have to have some kind of disclaimer on the website or something to say, you know, additional parts, replacement parts not sold separately.
Nothing on there. Nothing on there.
Then I bet there is anything like on the websites and stuff like that where you can find people who have uploaded 3D printing schematics.
They must exist. Must exist.
Someone would have just got. Don't worry, everyone. If you've got a 3D printer, you can send the specs to someone who has got one. Print these off; they fit perfectly.
Yeah, and it's a shame because it's an excellent controller. Like all the negative shit I've just said, as a controller, it's phenomenal. It's really, really good, and I do prefer it to the Elite in terms of ergonomics, how it feels,
sure.
The additional functions that it does have. But you can't charge that much for a controller and not support it. It's absolutely mind blowing.
If you'd bought it 6 or 7 years ago, and they just go, "Well, we've updated the controllers. We don't keep the parts for that anymore." Then you could go, "Well, again, that's annoying, but sure, I'll have to go and buy a new one." But if you buy it 2 months later, you drop it and break it, and they go, "Well, never mind, go and buy a new one then." That's not right. That seems outrageous to me. That.
What's also not right is when I was debating whether to go Elite or go with this one on fucking Reddit threads on fucking Engadget.
Go Elite or go home. Is that Xbox's motto? Is it?
Yeah. But not a single review, like Tech Radar, IGN, Engadget. They're all fucking it's a beautiful controller. It's fucking excellent. This will change your life. This will make you a better lover. Everything. But none of them went.
You'd have to have like reviews and then a year later, like re-reviews. It's like, look, the controller holds up, but this is not working anymore, or the cable actually turns out it's a bit shit. And just like have people going back on technology that they are still using. I just go, actually, there is a few issues with it that I didn't originally know, or that a lot of I tested it for 12 hours. You're not going to know all of the potential problems that are going to be present through consistent use.
No. I suppose, yeah. But
it's going to be your out-the-box feeling about it, isn't it? You go, oh my God, it's great.
Which, I was that. That was me. So, it wasn't until there was an issue 2 years later when I've gone, wait a fucking minute. But that's a good point now. And I say a lot of phone things do that. We'll go, like, Google 9 plus XL, I can't remember what the new one is, like so many months later. The iPhone... whatever, so many months later, a year later, or whatever.
Yeah. For people
and some
who
of them are
maybe
quite
don't
interesting.
Want to get stuff day one, they might wait until the next model of whatever it is they're interested in comes in, which drives down the price of the previous one. So then you go, okay, now we'll go and get it. And you've got people saying, actually, it's probably not worth it. This one a year later is still exactly as it was a year ago. Whereas what you were looking at is, it's not supported anymore. The cable's a bag of shit.
It's always worth
There's just some
researching.
Inherent problem with it. But that's the thing. It's difficult when something's just come out or you're just buying off Amazon reviews or whatever, because, again, any of that, it's going to be about the initial purchase, the delivery, the receipt, and the out the box. Does it work? Did it arrive in one piece? That's what reviews are going to be based on. People don't really go back and update reviews, and if that was the case and it was a reflective kind of review in hindsight, so you've got like your original reviews, and then 6 months later, are those review figures about the same, meaning that it's held up and it's doing what it should do, or is everyone 5-star on it because it arrived perfectly, the customer service is on shit hot form, and then 3 months later when something goes wrong with it and they try and get a refund or whatever and it all goes tits up, then all of those reviews are now 1 stars. It's like, actually, don't bother with the company because the product's useless and they're not helpful, or there was a problem but the customer service is bang on, like stuff like that, where you can you get a life cycle view of it rather than just initial reaction and then that's it.
It would be helpful. I mean, it's unlikely people would go to the effort to do it, but
that's what I mean. It would be dependent on people having to re-review stuff.
We had somebody ask a question on. We'd done a review on it was a PlayStation 4 controller from Geotech, and they'd asked and just said, "Is this good for the?" I can't remember the game. It was a racing game, but they like maybe 2 months ago they'd asked, and I got back and got like, I mean, we reviewed it well, but this is like years old now. Like, there's way better controllers available that you can get for even cheaper than this was. Gave them a list of recommendations, but it's. I think reviews are important, but I think it's like there's no point going. I'm thinking of getting a PS5. I'll look at the PvP's review and then leave it at that. So whatever we say, and they base their like watch our review, look at someone else's review, watch another one, read some, and then make a decision based on that. But there's a lot of stuff in. I mean, we've fucking had one yesterday for the M7 Pro PC review, and they I can't be asked to find it, but they're basically gone, is it a review or is it a paid fucking advertisement? Because the M7, which is cheaper, it's as good as the M7 Pro. Yeah, but it's not a comparison with the M7. It's a review. We don't even fucking mention the M7, and it's only like £15 cheaper, and this is a Ryzen 9. The cheaper one's a Ryzen 7. It's got slower clock speeds and everything else. So pay the extra 15 quid and get the fucking better one.
Callum, I'm more than happy to say, I think on the record, and I think I speak for both of us, if anyone approached us to do paid advertising, to say, hey, we will pay you hundreds, thousands of pounds to do this, yeah, you fucking better believe we'll do it, but you better believe we'll announce it as well. And say, yeah, they paid us to give a positive review on this.
Yeah. Just for reference,
we're in absolutely no position to do that, because who the hell would approach us and give us money? Like, we're incredibly grateful that we get to partner with some tech companies that want to send us free stuff, which is incredible, and we love that, and we want to maintain those relationships. Yeah. But it's always on the basis of, look, you send us this, and we'll be honest with you. We'll be honest. Yeah. If it's shit, we're going to say it's shit. So you can opt to not have the review put up, but...
No, they won't even know about that. Like, we've never ever had people like come to us before and ask and say, "Can we see the review before it goes up?" Now you'll see it when everyone else sees it when it goes up, because that's the agreement on it. If you don't want to do that, don't send us anything. Even if something's bad, obviously you're correct in the sense of if it's bad, we'll say it's bad, but we're not going to shit on it. It'll be constructive, and it'll be, this is what I would do to improve it, kind of thing. But no, like, we ain't fucking paid fucking anything for this stuff.
Absolutely not. Imagine that. I'd love to be in a position where people are trying to buy us off.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'd fucking do it, But
Yeah.
like, then,
Like,
like
if the price is right, if they say we'll give you 50 quid if you give us a positive review, like it's like, what's the time to do it? You give us $5,000 for it, sure. We'll say whatever you want's great.
Because it's never the only thing that we've had some reviews where they've said we want you to mention this.
Yeah, mention certain features or whatever. Yeah, sure.
Which is fine because that's features. As long as that's what it does, then that's fine. I don't mind any of that. But no, none of our reviews are fucking paid for or anything. I mean, I could go into a big rant about some of the fucking stuff we've got over the last few months, but I ain't gonna go into that now. But yeah, we've never, and I don't think we would, even if we was paid to do a good review, it would be done in a way of like kind of tongue in cheek. So it's very obvious that it's kind of
like
against
Wayne's
our will.
World. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I can't believe people would
can't
sell out
believe
over
people-
these things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd be okay with
The
that.
taste of a new generation.
Ignore all those awful Trustpilot reviews about it. They don't know what they're talking about.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if people aren't happy with something, that's fine. But don't blame other people for your poor choice in a purchase.
Callum, there's one method of doing this that I feel would work, right? The cheaper the item, the less opinion that you need on it. If you're saying, is it worth me buying this bacon sandwich from this place? Probably just ask a mate. Someone who's eaten there before, just say, that bacon sandwich any good? Yeah, it's all right, That's fine. If you're buying a new TV that's going to cost you $9,000, I'd suggest that you don't just trust Bob, that you do some research, you read some articles, you find people who have got independent research, who've got independent reviews to say, we purchased it, or this isn't a paid advert, but we have been sent it, and we want to do an honest review of it, because there won't be so much disparity between them. If the colour is great, the quality, the clarity is incredible, but the power lead is only 30 centimeters long.
Yeah,
I can guarantee you both of those things would be mentioned in everyone's review.
Yeah.
So there's things like that where you just need to be quite sensible about it, because people will have their own opinion. People will have certain priorities. People won't. People review things in certain ways and not consider other factors that may be relevant to you.
Yeah.
And that's why you kind of, if you're investing the money, if you're spending the money, investing is the wrong word because none of this will appreciate in value. But if you're spending that kind of money, then make sure you're spending it on the right thing for you. And that isn't just going, some random person told me that I should buy that, so I spent 80 quid on it. Well, it's your fault then, isn't it? Well, how about there's a level of personal accountability with pretty much anything. Like, an opinion is an opinion at the end of the day. And a review is ultimately that. So everyone just bear it in mind, for goodness sake.
It's like you say, everything's opinion based, and every single person in the entire world has made a poor purchase decision. Everyone has.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And I think you could say, I haven't ever.
No, I can probably list you four in this room, I'm sure.
But again, that comes down to people. I am one of these people that will see something, and I mean, I got the Osmo Pocket Pro Camera 3 like last month or whatever, and I've got, if you go through my YouTube history, there's 50 plus videos on reviews and stuff that I've watched for that, and articles and everything else before I made the plunge and got it. But I am the kind of person that I'll see something and go, I really want to get that, and I'll just watch as much information on it as I can, just because I'm excited about getting it, and then I'll either buy it because of that, or after seeing all the stuff, I'll go, I don't think I'm going to bother, because they've, like you say, they've all mentioned this glaringly bad flaw, or this might not be a problem for some people, but it will be. Are you using a Ryzen Pro? Yeah, you're going to have loads of trouble with this. Unless you're using an Intel. And it's all these kind of things that it affects. If you literally see it and go, that's cool, purchase, then you're stupid.
Yeah. There's a really good. Honestly, I'd love to be able to tell you what the channel's name is, because I need to follow it or something on Instagram. But I keep on seeing it now that I've watched a couple of them. But it's a guy who watches like all these like adverts that show up on like Twitter or X, and Instagram, like these sort of like this revolutionary new product. You just do this, and then it just does a thing. He will go on and he'll buy them and then test them and see if they actually do even close to what they say. Most of them absolutely do not work. They are shit, and they just don't follow through at all. But it's so surprising when it's just like, oh my god, this little thing, and it just does this, and it just does this, and it's the most powerful thing, and then it does. And it's just like, oh my god, it was like 20 quid as well. What an absolute fucking bargain. Stuff like that, that's great. Because there's going to be so many people who see that. It's like QVC. They just go, oh,
exactly,
great,
yeah.
I'll buy one of those. But you've got someone who's just there to upsell for commission, ultimately. So it's in their best interest to give you just all the good stuff, but without telling you any of the bad stuff. And then you get it, and it's been shipped to your house 6 weeks later, because that's what happened back in the day.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't very good. And it's just like, well, tough. Like,
can't send it back now.
No, return it, or you can give it as a gift at Christmas or something like that.
Charity shop.
Whereas these days, you've got so much more information available to you. For the love of God, use it.
I mean, we bought them. You'd have seen them on. They're on fucking everything. You can get them from fucking Temu and AliExpress and everything. But they are available on Amazon, which we got ours from. But the little spaceman projector, and it does like the not solar system, like the nebula and stars and everything else. And Zoe's dad got a Logan one for his room. It was just like a little. I think he paid like £8 or something like that on Amazon. It's fucking great, and I fucking love it, and it's dead relaxing just watching it and stuff, and put it on for a bit. I've got one in my room now, because I've got one, and it's one of those things where you see it on a TikTok advert or Instagram or something like that. You go, I mean, they're doing it as if it's sending it to the fucking moon and everything else, like, and it's not that good, but for a couple of quid, it's fine, and it is quite relaxing and stuff. But you see so many of these things that it'll be like, are you paralyzed? You buy these trainers and you can run. It's like, I probably won't buy these, but you'll see some things. I'm very interested in, there's a screwdriver set that I keep seeing, and it's like, I'd say it's almost like a square, like a long rectangle, the actual screwdriver is, and it's got like 500-piece set. And it's like magnetized and everything else, and it's electric, but it's really good for like PC components and stuff like that. And I keep seeing it, and it'll come on, and it's like, should be 160 quid. Now it's 15. I'm like, But then I will see a video now and again and go, I've done it and I've bought one, and it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, have they been paid to say it though?
It always smacks of those like mobile phone game ads where it's just like, I'm actually here. Oh my god, I'm just going to go to the left. I'm just going to go to the right. Oh my god, I just got that gun. Oh my god, thank god. And it's like, mate, you're not even close to playing that. Shut up.
Anthony Starr's doing one now as well.
I know, it's disgusting.
But there's quite a few videos of those though, where it's like, we've downloaded all of the real games after, like, you just see on the adverts to say which ones are real games. I've never actually watched any of the videos, but it's probably one of those. It might be interesting to see which ones are good.
Well, I think a lot of them now, they sell themselves on these kind of like easy, stupid maths problems ones. And it's just sort of like, this is only a certain part, like it's a certain portion of the game. It's like an unlockable mini game or something like that. So you've got to do like 6 hours of grinding and spend £4 on microtransactions and energy crystals or whatever in order to get to one of those things, and it's probably not working very well. So I hate that sort of stuff, and I would happily burn their offices down.
Well, I've been playing Pokemon trading card game Pocket, Dan.
Me too.
As of you.
I nearly made a friend on the train this morning, because there's a guy I keep on seeing and getting on the same train as me, and he was getting on it on the way back as well, which is odd. But I was on the train this morning. He was sat over, I was in the 2 seats by the window. He was sat on the other side on the 2 seats by the window, and then a couple got on with a kid. And very politely, he said, "Oh, do you want to just sit here together?" And they were like, "Oh, that's so nice, thank you very much." Then he sat next to me, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, mate?" I was fuming, obviously. And then he got his phone out, and he was doing a battle, like a card battle on it, and I was like, "Yeah, you're all right. You're all right. I'm on board with you now. It's fine."
Oh, I thought I was going to go with where you ended up battling each other.
No, I didn't really want to address it. I want to get to a point where you sort of see him and go, yeah. Like, I want to get to that level before you go, oh, bloody hell. Oh, I've got a booster pack to open, actually. Do you want to do that together? Oh my God, look what I just got. Oh, who's in your binder? Like, but what I did do, I thought was quite clever. I thought I put myself in the same kind of peripheral. Oh, I was playing Don't Starve on my phone. So, like, open my phone up, Don't Starve, playing through on that. And it's a big enough screen for you to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe he just goes, oh, I've seen him around a bit.
He's a real gamer.
Playing games, maybe, when we're on the platform and the train's bloody delayed again, you can sort of go, oh.
What if he pulled his Switch out and he's like, do you want to play some Mario Kart?
Well, I've got my Switch in my bag, and I don't think we're quite at that point in the relationship.
What if he pulled your Switch out? I know you've got a Switch in that bag. Get it out.
I haven't got Mario Kart, so that wouldn't do me any good.
Well, no, I'm really angry because I love TCG Pocket. It's very good. It's very addictive. And I finally know how to play Pokemon the trading card game after these fucking many years of not knowing it.
Quite good.
Really good, yeah. Funnily enough, a good few months ago, way before this was announced for mobile, I downloaded my legitimate copy of the Game Boy Color version of the Pokemon trading card game. Because Logan's
that is on Switch as well, you realise.
Yeah, but this was like a spare the moment thing while I was having a poo. So, I bought Logan's got so many Pokemon cards. He's got fucking loads, and I bought him the Pokemon Trading Card Academy set, and you get it's funnily enough, it is the starter sets from the new game. So you get Charizard deck, Mewtwo deck, and a Pikachu deck, and it's got the full board. Instructions are like 59 pages long, so we just went, let's just make our own rules up. We never learned it. And then he asked about it, and I was like, yeah, I'll figure the rules out, and we'll do a proper game. So I downloaded the Game Boy version of it. Literally got about a minute in because he's like, and you can't skip the text or anything. I was like, fuck this. So we never did it. And then now I know that, and I do think this is like a dumbed down version of the official rules.
I know that there was like the original one that was like coin flips and that kind of stuff.
Well, that's still in this.
Is there? I've only done a few battles. I'm not really in it for the battle.
Yeah, you still got. So you do a flip at the start. If it's heads, you go first, second. Obviously, if
it's for like damage and stuff. I think.
Yeah,
so
but
maybe I just haven't used a move that's.
Yeah, so if you've got like Kangaskhan does like 30 plus damage for every heads that you flip of a 4-coin flip or whatever. Misty, if you get every heads, you'll get an additional water energy until you get tails, stuff like that. There's quite a few that do it, but there's a lot of cards that 100% rely on it. If you build a deck that's all coin flips, you've basically already lost. Because it's not a real coin flip. It's a computer one. And it doesn't seem fair at all. But this is day number 14, Dan, of no new cards for me.
I got an Aerodactyl on the train this morning. Actually, Callum, I'll prove you wrong right here and now, because I've actually got a booster pack to open.
Have you got a booster pack to open?
Yes, I do. So I'll do that.
I've got some hourglasses. So if you didn't know, hourglasses are what you can use to speed up time when you can open another pack. So Dan's going to open one. Probably just get like a full god tier. So you'll have like 3 Mewtwo's.
I'll even let you choose the. The pack.
Well, the main EX card that I'm missing, Dan, is a Pikachu EX. So
is that the one I've got?
Yes. So pick a Pikachu card and see if you get my card.
Trading comes up soon.
I want to talk about this very quickly after, so keep that in mind, Dan.
Right, well, let me open this. I need to do a little spin first. I need to choose one.
Have you got a thing that you normally do, or do you just literally just pick any rando one and do it?
No, just spin and a pick and rip it open, and here we go. The Duo, I've got about 40 of them. Petalil, got one of them. EX Arcanine. I'll take that.
I've already got one, but you're welcome.
No, I haven't. That'll do. And a Horsey and another Bishop. That's fine. Yeah. That Arcanine's brand new, though. I'll fucking take that, mate. Love it.
I got an Arcanine. I'm going to go Pikachu as well because I want a Pikachu EX. I'm going to use 9 of them. And I'm going to do a spin, Dan. Just going to do a rando spin. Which spin did you go? Did you go left or did you go right?
I don't care.
No, I just wanted to do the same as you.
I just did it.
I've done a spin.
Yep.
So where's it going to stop?
Also, you do realise that you just went, another day with no new cards. I literally just got one then. So
yes, but this is what I mean. So, no, me, I've had 14 days of no new cards.
Right, okay.
So I'm going to open this.
Okay.
Dubwall, got that. Ponyta, got that. Seeking, got that. Arcanine, got that. Frostmoth, got that. So, and that is, with the exception of today, where I've opened 6 cards in total.
How many fucking hourglasses have you got?
Now I've got 15 left now.
15? I've got 186.
Yeah, I'll just fucking use them to open because I get fucking annoyed. But I've got 866 cards.
Oh, I definitely haven't got that many. That's probably the thing. Like you're statistically, you'll play the numbers now. Like you're looking for like the 1 or like the 0.2% of cards that you can't.
Right, we're going to do it again. So on the Wonder Picks, you can't see because of the light, but Zoe's got a Pikachu EX on her Wonder Pick. All right, because Zoe's got like 58 of these fucking cards.
When you get mine, I got one.
Because it's not shown up.
Oh, is it not?
No. And when it does, like Zoe got one the other day and she screenshotted it and sent it me. And then when she appeared on the Wonder Pick, it wasn't that set. It was the one she got before or the one she got after. So it's not always bang on. But Zoe's got one on here.
Okay.
And on this, there's a Magikarp I've got, Voltorb that I've got, that Swoobat I've already got, and a Nidoqueen that I've already got, and then Pikachu, which I haven't got.
Okay.
So the odds are really against me on this.
Well, your odds are better on that than they are drawing from the cards.
So I'm going to use some stamina. I'm going to, because I've got 69 of them. So there we go.
Oh.
So I'm going to go where the card was. Fucking failed that. Swoobat. Where would you have gone? What number would you have done out of 5?
4, probably.
4? So let's see. Where was it? Motherfucker, it was 3. Neither of us would have got it.
Well, I'll do your Wonder Pick as well then, if that's the case. Zoe needs to add me then. Oh, someone's got a Dragonite there. I don't think I've got that.
I got a Dragonite.
I
got a Gyarados yesterday, the full art one.
An Articuno.
Have I got Articuno? Pretty sure
I think I have actually, because I've already got like the Legendary Birds achievement thing. So I've got all 3 of them, I think. But I'm going to see if I can get me another one right now. Pick a number.
2. I'm gonna go
no, you're
2.
wrong. It's 4. Bang. I mean, it's a trainer, but I haven't got that one, so it's still a new one.
Where was Articuno, though?
He was... Hold on, I just need to register that. Articuno was number 1.
Oh, so yeah, I wouldn't have got it anyway.
Nah. But yeah, again, the collecting side of this it does make me remember, like, oh man, I still get it. I still get why this was so addictive back in the day, why people were tripping over each other to try and collect all of these. There is just something about it.
I went online as part of like Logan's Christmas stocking presents, and I bought a box. You know, like in a news agency, you got the box of trading cards or stickers or whatever. I bought a box of Pokemon cards, so he's just got loads of packets.
Right.
Just while he's in the spirit of it, so we can just
they're
open
like individually wrapped Christmas presents, if that's the case. Because you open one, you get all of those, then you open another. It's like 8 different Christmas presents all in one.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get them and I'm going to move them around. All right, give me 4 Skittles, and then you can.
Well,
you can pick one.
This is the thing, mate. You need to get me down there, because if anyone's good at picking the rarest out of the pack, it's absolutely me, isn't it?
That's true.
We've video evidence of this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I already had it, so it didn't help me that much. But with the trading, I've heard some rumours that. So I didn't think, because it said there'll be limitations on the trading when it comes in. So I assumed it'll be you can't trade EXs. But
unless you've got multiples, maybe.
Yeah, I think it will be. So if you've got like a 2-star EX, you'd have to trade a 2-star EX for that one. but you need a minimum of 3 before you can trade, kind of thing. Same as if you...
So someone's not getting bullied at school and has to sacrifice all of their decent
effectively,
cards
yeah. Which seems a fair way. Or they'll do it like Pokemon Go, where you can trade that, but it's going to cost you 500,000 Stardust to do it.
Nice.
That kind of nonsense. But I mean, you can't have Pokemon without trading, no matter what game it is. You've got to have trading. It's the thing. But you get a special Mew card if you get all 150 original Pokemon. Yeah.
Well, I'm not even close to pulling that off yet.
I'm not too far off, to be fair. Like, cause I've got loads of duplicates.
Absolutely not. I've got 176 cards, I think, registered. So
I've closed
out of like 200 and something or other. So I'm nowhere near it.
And
again, I'm probably going to be crossing that threshold soon, where the odds of me pulling anything new are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then that'll be it. I'll just be you, basically. Just
it's annoying, man. Especially when you look at Wonder Pick,
burning cash, like fucking nothing again. Yeah,
I did spend 79p on some gold.
Oh, Callum.
No, not real money. Google Play money.
Yeah, that's fine then. I've got like a tenner in there, and every time I'm playing something again for the first time, I'm just like, I'm not. It's just gonna run out. I'm not gonna use it for anything. But then I've just been looking at the premium games, like Don't Starve. Obviously, I got that. It was supposed to be $3.99, but then there was a discount on it, so it's actually 99p. So I've still got like a tenner's worth of fucking credit on there that I need to do something with. But I also refuse to. The more you contribute, the more you pay towards it, real or digital or whatever. They are tracking that to go, yep, people are just paying out the arse for this gold stuff, so we'll keep it in there.
But there must be things that say there and go, like, people aren't spending as much real money on it, but they are using Google reward points.
Not from the... I don't think it would be from the ends, like from the,
you don't
the
reckon?
apps. I think that they would just register it as... Like, Google would probably be able to determine the difference, but it would just be a payment to them. I
suppose... Because that'd be the same as like a gift card,
their numbers
wouldn't it?
look better as well. As long as they could do something with it. So if they can cash that fund out from Google, then it is real money, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's effectively what they're doing. Google's paying it for you. So the money's coming from somewhere. And to be fair, what we're saying is our data is worth like 3p here, 7p. Like, it's not that valuable. But it does say something about me as a person as... I've done Google rewards for many years, and I think I've spent it all on Pokemon games. It's like I ran out of fucking balls or incense on Pokemon Go for stops and stuff, so I'll just use Google points, and now I'm using it on gold and stuff.
How have you not been obliterated with targeted ads? Like, you should be having Poké stuff sent to you all the time.
I love Pokemon.
No.
Rumour is, Dan, we're getting Gold and Silver remakes.
Well, Pokemon Legends Z2A is out next year. I googled it because I was playing. I've started to play the Switch at work, which is I'm like, right, I need to start playing this more. And I finished the story for Kirby Forgotten Lands. Hey. Great, love it. I'm going to go for 100% on that because
finished Violet yet?
No. Nor have I finished Arceus, nor have I finished Brilliant Diamond, nor have I finished
Metroid.
Shield. Nor have I finished Metroid. Yeah. Nor Animal Crossing, nor Zelda. Like there's not a single game that I bought for the Switch that I actually completed. But the Pokemon ones are sort of like I should know better. It's like finish one, then get the next one. But I can't. And when this Legends comes out, I'll be like, yep, I'll get that. That's fine.
I never finished Arceus. I to this day, I honestly think it's the only Pokemon game I've never finished, except for like Pokemon Puzzle, which is just Tetris and that kind of nonsense. But like actual proper games, I think is the only one. Even fucking Sun and Moon, which I thought was fucking dog shit, and I hated every single Pokemon in it. Still finished it.
Well, I've started because now that I finished kind of doing what I was doing with Kirby, I've been playing a lot of Violet, like while I'm at work. And again, I'm just finding myself doing the same thing. I'm just wandering around, just going, got you, yeah, got you. You're a new one, okay. Oh, you're level 23. My guys are all 75. So, how am I going to do this? I can't just keep throwing Pokeballs at you until eventually the numbers work and you just get captured. I've got to find someone that's got an incredibly ineffective move that doesn't kill you in one shot. So then I can... So, it's the collecting side of it. That's all I'm interested in, really.
I mean, the story's
I do
fine,
want to catch them all.
But it's... The thing with Pokemon now, especially if you're going back to it like you are after the fact, it's not Power World.
No, there's a lot more to Power World. I'm just sort of like, why can't I build my own base, man? Come on. What, I've got to go to school? Ugh.
But that's the worst thing now, is that currently the best current Pokemon game that is Power World or trading cards. And it's Nintendo has to do whatever the new one is. It has to be, this is Power World made by Nintendo. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to be as received as well as usual. Otherwise,
I don't know. Like there was a trailer for Legends that's like it's like some sort of like urban redevelopment program that like it's a city for Pokemon and humans to live together. Don't know what that really means. Like the advert looks like it's in Tron, which it's not. It just feels like it's when it's saying like, oh, you know, it's a city for humans and Pokemon. I just get the feeling that means that. Yeah, the power grid's going to be run by the electric Pokemon, and like all the water system's going to be run by the water Pokemon. So they're not actually living together.
The same
they're
as
just
Detective
slaves.
Pikachu. But that's what it is in Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, they have jobs. Well, I say jobs. What are they paid in?
Food.
Well, they get that in the wild.
Beatings.
Yeah, they don't get so many beatings. Yeah, they don't get attacked by random children. Yeah.
That's the game I want, though, on Detective Pikachu. Not the Detective Pikachu game that already exists, but I mean that world where it's a bit seedy, there's a bit of an underbelly to that.
That's so against the ethos of...
But that's what I mean, we're never going to get that. I mean, we've got it with Power World. But But that's the game I want, where it is more... We haven't got people mining or anything anymore because we've got Geodudes and whatnot doing it, because that's what they're fucking literally made for. And like you say, power plants and stuff. You got Electrodes and Raichus and Pikachus and all the electric Pokemon just doing the fucking job because they exude electric.
It's like the fucking Flintstones.
But that's a really good that's a good comparison, to be fair. But that's the game I want, where it's based within that world, and we'll never ever in a million years get it. But
no, but I'm looking forward to Xeno though. So that'll be another one that I get that just goes into the pile of other Pokemon things that I haven't completed. But I'm excited for another thing to not complete, at least.
I look forward to a new Pokemon game each time. Even Let's Go, they were fine.
No, that I didn't get. That's the point of principle. I didn't get that. I could get Let's Go Eevee, I think, was on eBay for about 20 quid. And I was just like, no, because it's not proper. It's not a real Pokemon game.
The Pokeball controller accessory.
Nah.
I liked it because that was Logan's first Pokemon proper Pokemon game and proper RPG, and he loved it. And my only problem with it was the Let's Go element, where you do a battle, but to catch your Pokemon you gotta throw stuff. No, just let me do a proper one. I don't do that. But everything else was fine, except for the Pokeball controller. Because after about 10 minutes, you get because you've got to play it like that.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable at all.
No.
But again, I bought it because it's a Pokemon game. I even bought like Pokemon Coliseum and stuff and Gale of Darkness and stuff on the GameCube. And you could steal people's Pokemon on that. You can
do that on Power World as well. So
exactly, everything just comes full circle.
It's better. It's better.
It's the best Pokemon game they've ever made, or never made, rather.
Yeah.
Anyway, we shall leave it there, sunshine.
Yes.
If you didn't know, you can go to podcastversusplayer.com or youtube.com, and it's all going along the bottom of the screen. But you can see all of our other podcasts, other spoiler casts, let's plays, reviews. All the other things that we've done. We've done some game shows and that. We've got some more coming up. Dan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.